and a very warm welcome. You are watching Janata Television and this is the English Bulletin with me, Anustha Acharya. The top stories first. Election Commission recognizes two new parties, hands over certificates to CPN Unified Socialist and Democratic Socialist Party. More than 2,000 new cases of coronavirus reported across the country. The virus claims 44 lives in a single day. Garbage collection in Kathmandu Valley delayed by one more week. Authorities preparing a new landfill site across Sisdol. Palestinians in Gaza resume protest against Israeli blockade. More than 40 Palestinians injured during the mass protest. And PSG reject £137 million bid for Real Madrid for Kylian Mbappe. Real Madrid considering to improve bid for the French forward. And now the news in detail. The Election Commission has recognized the CPN Unified Socialist as a new political party. A meeting of the Election Commission yesterday handed over verification certificates to the CPN Unified Socialist under the chairmanship of Madhav Nepal and the Democratic Socialist Party led by Mahanta Thakur. A report. Spokesperson of the Election Commission, Rajkumar Shrestha, informed that the Commission handed over the certificate of party registration to CPN Unified Socialist leader Rajendra Prasad Pandey and Democratic Socialist Party leader Keshav Jha. After revolting from the CPN UML, 56 central members and 30 parliamentarians were present in person at the EC to verify themselves in favour of the new party. Based on the Ordinance on Political Parties 2078, central members and parliamentarians were called for verification from 11:30 am to 2 pm yesterday with required documents. Of the 58 names proposed, only Bhaskar Kafle and Robin Koirala could not be verified yesterday. Likewise, 29 members of the federal parliament also verified themselves in favour of the new party, though the petitions of MPs Som Prasad Pandey, Mayadevi Gyawali and Sarada Bhatta were not signed. They reached the commission yesterday for verification. Following the split from the CPN UML, the support of 41 central members out of the then existing 203 was required to get the new party's recognition. This is the second time that UML has split following 2054 BS over the issue related to the Mahakali Treaty. The Commission has also given party recognition to the Democratic Socialist Party Nepal, led by leader Mahanta Thakur. Thakur-led a group has disassociated themselves from the Janata Samajwadi Party. The newly formed CPN Unified Socialist has appealed to all to participate in the historic campaign to reorganize the communist movement and thereby fulfill the aspirations of the country and the people for prosperity. Issuing a statement yesterday, the new formed party thanked all the leaders and cadres, including members of the federal parliament, for joining the revolt despite temptation, pressure, fear and intimidation. The new party was formed following a split from the CPN UML. The party said it was forced to revolt after an attempt was made to discredit the communist movement. Maoist leader Krishna Bhadra Mahara has been appointed the spokesperson of CPN Maoist Center. He has also been given the responsibility of the chief of party's publicity and publication department. Mahara takes the place of Narayan Kazi Shrestha, who has been given the charge of the party's overseas committee. The party's central committee meeting held from August 21 to 22 had formed various committees including the Central Development, Province Overseas, District Coordination, Valley Coordinations and liaison committees and assigned leaders to take charges of those bodies. Former Speaker Mahara had resigned from his post last year after being accused in a sexual harassment case by a member of Parliament Secretariat. He has been cleared of all charges by the court. This is Janata Bulletin. We'll be right back after a short break. Welcome back. After the break, we continue with other national news. The government yesterday confirmed a total of 2,482 new cases of COVID-19 across the country. According to the Ministry of Health and Population, the new cases were confirmed from 9,711 PCR tests and 5,579 antigen tests. This takes the COVID-19 caseload to 752,863. Similarly, 1,781 people recovered from the infection yesterday, taking the COVID-19 recovery caseload to 703,964. The ministry said in its routine virtual press meet that the recovery rate in Nepal stands at 93.5%. Likewise, the disease claimed the lives of 44 people yesterday. With this, the number of people dying from coronavirus infection has climbed to 10,612. The number of active cases currently stands at 38,287 across the country. Kathmandu district alone has 6,792 active cases, while there are 1,478 such cases in Bhaktapur and 2,216 in Lalitpur, the ministry said. The Kathmandu Valley denies the forces to endure garbage piled at different places of the valley for one more week, as it would take some days to create the first cell in the undergoing landfill site of Bhadra Dada, a report. Information Officer at Ministry of Urban Development Suresh Kumar Wagle informed that construction of the first cell of landfill site is in the final stage. However, problems still exist because the old landfill site at Sistol must be crossed to reach the new site. Huge mass of garbage at Sistol must be passed to reach the new site. Currently, garbage containers cannot pass via the mound, Wagle added. Wagle informed that they need to set up a makeshift bridge by coordinating with the Department of Roads and Kathmandu Metro Police to resolve the problem. He also urged the residents of Kathmandu not to keep garbage outside their houses for the next 11 days. Environment Development Chief at KMC, Harikumar Shrestha, shared that it is a recurring problem since some years because of failure to manage a long-term solution for a landfill site. He blames the Ministry of Urban Development behind such delay. According to him, there is no place left to manage waste at Sistol, so it should be managed at Bhadra Dada. And now the news from economic front. A recent study has suggested that promotion of accessible tourism could help Nepal drive the sector's recovery and boost economy. Investing in disability-friendly infrastructure and services can help hoteliers and entrepreneurs tap the accessible tourism market in Nepal, a growing segment globally, while driving economic growth and accelerating recovery, said the study backed by the International Finance Corporation. The study was conducted by the Society of Economic Journalists, Nepal, in collaboration with the National Federation of the Disabled, Nepal, and was financially and technically assisted by the IFC. A survey on accessibility for persons with disabilities in Nepal's hotels covered 90 state hotels in major cities. While 95% of the participating hoteliers were aware of accessible tourism as a concept, they had not invested in necessary measures to ensure accessibility for persons with disabilities. Time for a short break here at Janata Bulletin. Stay tuned for international news. Welcome back. Now the international news. Hundreds of Palestinians have demonstrated near the Israeli fence in the besieged Gaza Strip, calling on Israel to ease a crippling blockade days after a similar weekend gathering ended in deadly confrontations with the Israeli army. The Israeli military, which had beefed up its forces in advance of the demonstration on Wednesday, said it was using tear gas and live fire to disperse the crowd in southern Gaza. Palestinian medics reported at least 9 people were wounded. The Al-Aqsa TV television network, which is run by Hamas, the Palestinian group that governs Gaza, showed crowds of people approaching the fence, then running away when an Israeli military vehicle arrived. Tear gas could be seen floating in the wind. More than 40 Palestinians were wounded by Israeli fire during Saturday's demonstration, including a 13-year-old youth who was shot in the head, the health ministry said. One of the wounded, Osama Dewzi, 32, died of a bullet wound in the leg Wednesday. You are watching Janata Bulletin, and now the latest from the world of sports. Real Madrid have made a €160 million bid to sign Paris Saint-Germain forward Kylian Mbappe. The French World Cup winner 22 joined PSG in 2017 in a transfer worth £165.7 million, and his contract expires in June 2022. PSG sporting director Leonardo said the club would not hold Mbappe back but considered Real Madrid's bid to be not sufficient. Mbappe has scored 133 goals in 174 games for PSG and won 3 Ligue 1 titles and 3 French Cups. However, this summer Sergio Ramos left on a free transfer to PSG, while another high earner, Raphael Varane, was sold to Manchester United for £34 million, and Martin Odegaard left for Arsenal for around £30 million. Real feel confident about their finances to make an approach for one of the most highly rated players in the world. We are at the end of Janata Bulletin, and the headlines once again. Election Commission recognizes 2 new parties, hands over certificates to CPN Unified Socialist and Democratic Socialist Party. More than 2,000 new cases of coronavirus reported across the country. The virus claims 44 lives in a single day. Garbage collection in Kathmandu Valley delayed by 1 more week. Authorities preparing a new landfill site across Seastole. Palestinians in Gaza region protest against Israeli blockade. More than 40 Palestinians injured during the mass protest. And PSG rejects £137 million bid for Real Madrid for Kylian Mbappe. Real Madrid considering to improve bid for the French forward. And that's all from the English News Desk for today. You can follow Janata Television and our programs on various social media platforms, including on our website janatasamachar.com. Keep watching Janata Television. Namaste.